And now it's time for today's daily forecast with EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martridge.
And good Saturday morning to you. It is the weekend outlook for September 15th and 16th, 2018. And we have Florence that made landfall yesterday that is now going to be across South Carolina, giving them a boatload of rain. But we're going to have a very nice weekend coming up in our region. We're going to have partly cloudy skies today and expecting mostly sunny skies on Sunday. Both days are going to be in that 80 to 82 degree range, maybe a few upper 70s in the usual colder spots, but up here in the far north. But elsewhere, looks like 80, 82 for highs both days. Very nice days and a good weekend to get out of the house, definitely. So we're going to track the progress of Florence here, not really for the interest in the Carolinas, as it's already made landfall and our coverage for that has expired. But we are going to watch what this does after landfall, and there's a little bit of disagreement in the models of what it does early next week. And we're looking at some remnant rainfall moving through the region regardless of what model's correct in the Monday, I'll say late Monday through and Monday night through Tuesday timeframe. We'll keep that entire window open right now. There's a little slight timing differences between the GFS and the European model. And it's just going to depend on how this evolves and how long it sticks down here in the south, it looks like. But this is looking at Saturday morning. And as we move forward in time, we're going to go forward to Sunday morning. Florence doesn't really move a whole lot, so they're going to get a boatload of rain down here. Very catastrophic flooding situation for many areas across South Carolina, North Carolina, and even parts of northeastern Georgia and eastern Tennessee are going to get into some of this action of the heavier rain. Not quite as catastrophic as further east, but still some decent amounts of rain there. This will go transition to a tropical storm and tropical depression over the next couple of days, and then what's going to continue off to the north. The question is the track. What is the track that it takes? This is a look at the European model. It tracks over extreme eastern Tennessee, then goes right up and over eastern Kentucky and West Virginia. And the remnant rains get in here Monday night and Tuesday, and they could be locally heavy with this rain coming through. European model suggesting anywhere from 1 to 3 inches in most areas. Some orographic lift taking place near the mountainous regions where that wind is pressing up against the mountains. That would be a southeasterly wind, would squeeze out a little bit more up in the elevated areas of the Poconos and central Pennsylvania. So they could go over 3 inches, more like 4 or 5 possible in some areas, if the European model is correct. And taking this forward, we go into later Tuesday. This is already wrapping up in the afternoon on Tuesday, and this pulls away. And then we get we go back to partly to mostly sunny here on Wednesday, and same thing here on Thursday. Both are going to be, Wednesday's going to still be near average, and we're going to go dip slightly below average on Thursday with temperatures in the middle 70s or thereabout. And then we go back up into the 80s or lower 80s on Thursday because we have a cold front that's going to be coming through. It looks like over the weekend, but ahead of that, you're going to get a warm southwesterly flow coming in. So probably lower 80s as we get into next Friday. So, but the entire period, Wednesday through Friday, is dry. Now let's go over to the GFS and see what it's doing. And now remember, I'm going to just highlight where this, let me move this forward first. The GFS is doing something similar down here in South Carolina, brings it up a little bit further north, and then takes a really wide path here, takes it over eastern Kentucky, and instead of going over West Virginia, it's coming over Ohio. So by this taking this wide turn like this is going to allow it to decrease in intensity a little bit more. You see it over Ohio right here. The broad low is sitting right here. We get some showers coming in here later on Monday, and that goes Monday night. Now, this is going to move through still. Don't get the wrong idea, like it's going to miss us. But the low actually tracks up here like this, further northwest of the region. So it's a difference of, it's down here and then kind of going like this over. This is what the European model did in the track it took, kind of just like this, in a very sharp, wide right turn, and ends up near Boston. The GFS is doing something similar for a while, and then it starts going out here like this. Wide right and up like this. So that difference in track is going to be the difference in why we have so much difference in precipitation amounts. GFS is more like an inch and a half. We really don't need the rain, but at least we can handle that a little bit better. European model, again, is more like 1 to 3. Actually, most areas are over 2 inches in the 2 to 3 inch range, and then you have a few areas that get even higher than that with the orographic lifting taking place. So just a matter of where it goes, and that's probably your window right here. I probably would take this a little, if you're going to do a window here. Actually, let me do that. If you're going to do a window here of where this could go as far as track, we'll take the cone like this. This is unofficial. This is not the National Hurricane Center track. It would be something like this. So that's probably where the track goes, somewhere in between here. And once it gets up to right about here, up in this latitude, it's going to become post-tropical. What that means is the tropical characteristics of the hurricane are no longer going to be in effect, and it's going to translate into a mid-latitude cyclone. This is just a normal low pressure system at this point, so there's no longer no tropical characteristics left with it, but that doesn't really mean anything to us as far as rainfall. It just means that it's going to be it's going to be producing rainfall like any low pressure would as it comes up to the region. There could also be some breezy conditions. We'll check into that early next week and follow up on that and see what that does. But right now, just understand there's going to be rain in that time frame again later on Monday through Monday night and at least part of Tuesday. We're going to narrow that timing and we get a little bit closer with the next video on Monday and see where we're at that point. Also, we'll have the Naman range. We can get gauge a better look of what this is going to do and how potent it will be. If it's a little stronger and takes that southern track, European model numbers will verify. If it's a little further north and weaker because it takes that wide turn like that, then the precipitation will be less. So let's hope for the best. We don't need the rain across the region. But the good news, we are dry up until that point and then dry after that point. So we do have some breaks in between where you're going to see plenty of sunshine beginning with this weekend. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for September 15th and 16th, 2018. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.